Hey guys, I'm here with Spencer Bishop. We're gonna have a conversation about this car wash that he just bought. We did a previous episode about it. He bought this car wash for $487,500. He used private money to acquire it, and he has two decisions to make. Should he keep it or should he sell it? Spencer, why should somebody keep this property?
Oof. Why should they keep it? You know, depreciation, long-term appreciation, really being able to park some money in a really solid asset.
Okay, what kind of person is that gonna be? Is that gonna be somebody that's brand new?
No, not at all. This is gonna be for an experienced investor that knows what he's doing.
Okay, somebody who has experience in real estate, also somebody that probably doesn't mind waiting to get paid.
Right, long game.
Okay, long game. What would be my process? You own it today. You already use private money.
Yep.
By the way, guys, he is raising private capital, so if you guys are looking for a place to park money, Spencer
Absolutely.
Bishop's a great leader in our community. You can find him in the free Facebook group as well. You bought this property with private money. You're paying how much money per month to own this right now?
33, so just over $3,000 at 10% interest only.
Okay, and that's not including any insurance. That's not including any taxes,
right.
And that's not including any landscape maintenance you have. So you're probably another, let's say, $2,000 a month between insurance, taxes, and little maintenance stuff. So you're probably $5,300 a month, something
Easily,
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm experienced and I want to turn this property, what would be my game plan? I own it today. What am I doing next? How much money am I raising? What am I doing? What do I have to do?
If you want to keep this property?
If I want to keep it.
Well, we raised the money to purchase it, right? But now that's one thing, and now we have to fix the property up. It's a value-add property. That's why we got it at such a good deal. So someone's going to have to raise additional capital for all the renovations and things like that, where now you're in it pretty steep. So someone that doesn't have the ability to front that cash and wait for their money, it can really be difficult.
I think you have to have the skill of raising not only purchase money, but you have to have the skill of raising renovation money. And I would say the renovation budget on something like this would be $300,000 to $400,000, which
Easily.
means you're going to spend another 20%. Everybody goes over budget 20%. Everybody, the best of the best.
All the time.
So the actual buyer is going to spend another $500,000. So either A, they have to have that cash of their own, or B, they have to have the skill that you have, which is raising private capital.
Right.
Okay, so this is not a newbie strategy, okay?
Yeah.
You are not a newbie doing what this conversation is.
Yeah.
I'm now into $1 million. I spend, let's say, 7 months renovating the property. I would say it's probably about 7 months.
Easily.
$500,000 I raise from, would your private money lender that gave you the money here, $487,500, would they give you renovation money on top of it? Do they have enough cash?
It's possible, yeah.
See, that's another question you have to ask too, is like the private money lender that Spencer raised the money for, he didn't ask him for raising money for the renovation. And so if he went back to him and he goes, hey, I just made the decision, I want to actually renovate the property now, I don't want to flip it. Now he's got to raise another $500,000, assuming the private money lender that's already in first position has another $500,000 to restructure the loan so that Spencer takes in a total of $1 million. Now, let's say that all works out great. 7 months goes by, you spend $500,000, you're another, let's say you're $8,000 or $9,000 a month between insurance, taxes, maintenance, the $500,000 you borrowed to buy the property, the $500,000 you borrowed to renovate the property. You're all in like $1,075,000.
Yep.
What do you think the property's value would be after I renovated this?
Easily probably 1.4.
Okay, 1.4. So what would I do now the property appraises at 1.4? It's operational, there's cash flow coming in. What would I now do if I hit that value?
Cash out refi.
Cash out refi. So Spencer obviously wants to pay his private money lenders back, so he would do a cash out refi probably for $1 million, maybe 1.1 million, maybe $1 million. And let's assume his lender would give him an 80% loan to value. He could get $1 million out of something that's probably 1.5 in value. So he would do his darndest to get the value of this property to 1.1 or 1.5 million, so he could pull out that full $1 million,
right.
Pay off his private money lender. Now you're in the deal, no money. You can get your private money lender to go fund another deal with you.
Yep.
And now you've got a cash flowing asset with a debt that you just secured long term. That is not a beginner strategy.
No, not at all. Like if you were a beginner and you tried to work that type of deal, it could break you.
It could break you, 100%. And I see this happen to people all the time. They go, my contractor ran off, the budget doubled. What other crap do you see on flips?
Everything goes wrong, you know.
Permits.
Plumbing problems, permits, contractor problems, everything.
You see right now, you actually have a couple of problems on this property. You have your next door neighbor is using your property as a parking lot. Okay, so that guy could become a problem during your renovation.
Yep.
You also see that there's tractors that are digging a new sewer line, so there could be drainage issues here that you could go from $500,000 budget to $700,000 budget
Absolutely.
without knowing it.
Right.
Okay, permits too. That's the other thing too. How's Polk County on permits?
Polk County is better than the city.
Okay.
But you still got to go through the process.
Right. So you might get stuck here. One thing that he has as a problem is that the sign in the front of the property is over the height requirement that they now have in the county. So Spencer could go to pull a permit and the county goes, yeah, we're not going to let you keep that sign. You got to tear that sign down. Why would taking this specific sign down be a problem for the property?
Oh my gosh, that's like the staple of the property, you know what I mean? It's like the Monopoly man out there, you know, and when people see that, they're like, oh, that property. So, I mean, it really gives somebody the sight to be able to, oh, that's actually a car wash.
So
instead of just driving by.
I mean, there's people that have been looking at this freaking property for 24, 25 years. There's people today that are 40 that when they got their driver's license, one of the first things they told their friends, hey, meet me by the big car wash guy, right? This was a landmark in this city, okay? Lakeland, this is a landmark. People go, oh yeah, meet me by the corner of the such and such, the big car wash thing. You know, the car wash boy that's blah, blah, blah. People have been saying that for 25 years here. This has brand recognition. So the county could come in and go, we don't want that sign there, and we're not gonna let you repaint it. We're not gonna let you can keep it there. We're gonna let you grandfather it. We don't know, guys. I'm telling you, the
unknown.
Bro, you flip so many houses, I flip so many houses, you just never know what the county's gonna do.
Right.
Okay, now the flip side. Why should you, or why would you just flip this property?
For the cash now, you know, if we could make a couple $100,000 right now and we can turn it and burn it into other deals, and that could potentially make $1 million or something like that in a shorter period of time rather than waiting all of that time for our money.
Yeah, that's more of a newbie strategy. Now, why did the agent, what do you think the agent that brought this deal into the free Facebook group, you picked this deal up, what was that agent missing that you are not missing in terms of skill set?
Could be private money, because they could have just taken it down themselves and they got a better deal than I did.
Because they made how much money?
$37.5 in a wholesale fee.
They got a wholesale fee. They negotiated the deal. They dealt with the seller direct. You came in, you did make a comment that the lawyers on the purchase were really hard, right?
It's the worst.
Why was that so hard? Why didn't they just let you close at the price and just get the deal done fast?
Originally, they didn't allow assignments, so they already had an issue from the get-go. And they wouldn't even discuss anything with me, even though I've already signed a contract with the wholesaler, so they wouldn't even have a conversation with us.
Are we talking about the closing attorney, or are we talking?
Closing attorney.
Okay, the closing attorney wouldn't.
Seller's closing attorney.
Wow.
Yep.
How did you overcome that?
Just giving them everything that they basically wanted and going through every single step. They wanted to see their contracts. They wanted certain things listed correctly. They wanted certain things on the title commitment. And then they originally said, you know, hey, we're not going to allow private money. This needs to be cash. Well, what the heck? So at the last minute, we had to kind of scramble and put all the contracts together, which then extended closing from the original closing date.
Of course.
Which then they wanted another $20,000 non-refundable in escrow, and released the first 20 to the seller before closing.
Okay, so there's a lot of skills. There's a lot of skills that you had. So I just want to identify this for people. The person that found the deal and locked it up was lacking a lot of skills that you currently have, which is finding private money, which is probably your biggest, like most obvious skill that you had. The second skill that you had is problem solving and identifying what the heck is going on in a transaction so you can target in on it and go, guys, what's the problem with the assignment? Okay, let me give you more. Okay, what's the problem with the private money? Okay, let me give you more. A lot of people, especially like brand new wholesalers, they can't even do that stuff.
Yep.
It's better for a lot of people to just find these deals and take them to people like Spencer, go, hey Spencer, I don't want to deal with all the crap that goes on with like the closing. You deal with it. Let me just make my $37,500 bucks.
Oh yeah, they're willing to. A lot of people just get caught up in the problem, right? And they just feel like it's just detrimental to them. And we were originally thinking, all right, well we can do the assignment. Well then we can double close, and then we can do this. But then at the last minute, we were able to bring in the private money lender, but we had to extend closing and deal with all of these other issues. But we just worked through it step by step by step, and it took 2 to 3 weeks extra time just to work through those other issues. So.
Skills, guys, acquiring skills. Spencer's been acquiring skills and leading this entire area. He's doing deals in not just Central Florida, he's also doing deals up in Michigan. If you guys are looking for raising or for plugging your capital into somebody else's deals, he's a good guy to do that with. Obviously, he's got $500,000 sunk in this property of somebody else's money. Also, if you have deals you guys need help with, will you help people negotiate with their sellers?
Absolutely.
Okay, how can people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me via Instagram. They can give me a shout, doesn't matter. I'm always active on social. And that's where we pull a lot of our deals out. So they can get a hold of me on social.
Sounds like, Spencer, you're gonna flip this one.
Yeah, we're gonna flip this one.
Guys, I wanna know in the comments, our audience, I wanna know, are you guys ready to do what Spencer did? Or are you the wholesaler that found the deal? Are you the person that's like, I just want to find the deal, make my $37,500. I got a lot to learn. I need to learn how to raise capital like Spencer does. I need to learn how to value properties like Spencer did. Spencer also took on an additional risk that the wholesaler originally did not take on. He's got to now hold the property and gamble that he can sell it for $750 or what have you. Today, you actually have a buyer coming to look at the property.
Yep.
$750,000.
$750,000.
What would you net if that buyer came in today and closed on that?
Easily over 150.
250.
Oh, yeah, definitely, depending on commissions and things like that.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So, any agents involved in the sale of this right now?
Just a flat-free commission broker, which is only $350.
$350. Amazing, absolutely amazing, bro. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This is amazing. Reach out to Spencer if you guys are looking to put your money into deals, and if you guys have opportunities, leads, problems in your business, reach out to this guy and do deals with him. Don't pick his brain and say, hey, can we go to coffee? I want to talk about car washes. Just bring him a car wash and do the deal with him.
Let's do some deals.
See you in the next video.